with the help of a fake Chicago company that really turned out to be an undercover FBI operation.
CBS 4's Brian Andrews has been on the story since it first broke. He's live outside the federal courthouse in downtown Miami. Brian?
Elliot and Cynthia, we have been going through the federal criminal complaint against both of these mayors. The details are simply amazing. Stories of envelopes of cash being slid across restaurant tables, handed over in darkened, tiny office closets, and then paranoia about telephone conversations and text messages. All of this as these two South Florida mayors have been snared in an FBI sting. This is video from when Miami Lakes Mayor Michael Pizzey got the town council to greenlight a contract with a company called Sunshine Universal to go after federal grant money on the city's behalf. A company whom he had no idea at the time was a sham, set up by the FBI to target suspected dirty politicians willing to take bribes. This video is a key moment in the timeline of South Florida's latest blockbuster public corruption case. You ever expect anything like this in your political career, sir? It's alleged Mayor Pizzey got more than $6,700 in bribes. But clearly, the bigger fish in this FBI sting was Sweetwater Mayor Manny Moronio.
My city has nothing to do with this. I've done nothing wrong, and let's move forward.
It's alleged the longtime mayor and rising Florida Republican star took more than 40 grand in the sting that started back in 2011. That's when the FBI set up a fake company called Sunshine Universal after getting a tip a local lobbyist could connect them with politicians willing to go on the take. That lobbyist, Richard Candia, would later cooperate with the feds in these two cases. He led the FBI to Moronio and Moronio's right-hand man, Jorge Luis Forte, who the FBI says took cash and other perks, lied to federal auditors, and even tried to help find other alleged dirty politicians who were eager in pocketing some coin from federal grants.
They'll be in time.
The feds say Candia also connected the fake grant finders with Miami Lakes Mayor Michael Pizzey back when he was with the town of Medley, getting Pizzey to agree to a kickback for backdating paperwork that would allow the company to go after grants for the town.
Pizzey initially agreed to participate in the scheme in exchange for $750 in campaign contributions.
The scheme moved with Pizzey to Miami Lakes, where he became mayor. The FBI alleges he also lied to grant auditors, took payoffs from undercover agents and cash handed to them by Candia inside a small office closet.
I'll talk to you
No
the right
comment,
time.
thank you. No comment. We're going to close the door now. Thank you. Thank you.
Pizzey and Moronio have been suspended from office because of this now federal prosecution by Florida's governor. As for the two other men named in the criminal indictment, Jorge Luis Forte and Richard Candia, we know that Candia is cooperating with the feds. Forte and Candia will be surrendering tomorrow and making their first appearance before a federal magistrate. Live downtown, I'm Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News Tonight.
A foot chase ensued and ended with an officer using a taser. CBS 4's Brian Andrews joins us from where this all happened on Miami Beach. And Brian, a lot of unanswered questions.
A lot of questions, Elliot and Cynthia. We tried to get answers tonight, and the one question I was asking his two friends, who you're going to hear from in this piece, is was your friend on any kind of drugs or medication that may have contributed to the death? And the answer they told me is that they had been out smoking marijuana much earlier in the evening before they decided to come out here and try to tag the side of this old McDonald's. It's now up to the medical examiner to decide if that played any role in the death that was apparently brought on by Miami Beach police officers tasing him. The family of 19-year-old Israel Hernandez has hired an attorney. In their apartment filled with the teenager's metallic sculptures and colorful artwork depicting scenes and characters from his native Colombia, the family wonders why this young man is now dead. For many years, he's exercised. He loved to skate. He would watch TV and enjoyed being around the house, said his father. Miami Beach police say they were chasing Hernandez on foot after an officer spotted him painting graffiti on the side of a building at 71st and Collins long before dawn on Tuesday.
I seen a cop pass by, and before I could even go to warn him, he was already on a foot chase.
A press statement released by Beach PD says in order to effect his arrest, an officer deployed his conducted electrical weapon, or taser. The press statement went on to say once in custody, the subject displayed signs of medical duress. It added the teenager was taken to Mount Sinai Hospital, where he was pronounced dead.
They tried to lift up his arms and it would just fall. It would just collapse back to the floor.
They were making fun of how he tensed up when he got tased. They were just laughing, oh, you should have seen him. You should have seen how he tensed up.
Did you tell them about these comments that you say you overheard?
Yeah, I actually did. I told them that his butt, like they made fun of him and then they were congratulating him and all that. Like they were congratulating each other.
The official police offense incident report appears to be missing those details and a crucial piece of information. While it talks about the chase and Hernandez jumping fences and falling on cars in the getaway, it says nothing about the tasing. But reporting officer Thomas Lincoln does say approximately 2 seconds after losing sight of the subject, I heard an unknown unit on the radio advise that the subject was in custody.
Oh, why was he running? Yeah, because he's a resident, and I was a resident too, and now I'm a citizen. But when you're a resident, you could go back to having no papers or report it.
So he was scared he was going to get deported.
He was scared. He had to, yeah.
The Miami-Dade County Medical Examiner has completed the autopsy but has not yet ruled on this young man's cause of death. The City of Miami Beach Police Department says this is an open and ongoing investigation. Reporting from North Beach, I'm Brian Andrews, CBS 4 News Tonight.
Thanks for that, Brian. Tonight, a truly unbelievable chain of events. A robbery, a car chase, and a suspect running with a wad of cash in one hand and holding his pants up with the other. Miami police say it all started with a robbery at a Starbucks on Biscayne Boulevard. There was then a car chase, followed by the suspects crashing on the floor.